owner of the Rochester Chargers, which is a team, a league a team in the MFL, which is, well, let him explain it. Pat, welcome. So
Hey,
please,
thanks for having me on.
I know there's been a lot of hoopla in the media as of late about a gentleman. God, I forget his last name. I gotta get the information. Being the first black president of an NFL team, but everybody's saying it's never been done before. But tell me some of the things about the MFL, which I mean, people probably aren't familiar with it. What exactly is the MFL?
Well, the MFL stands for the Minor Football League. It was founded in 1993 by Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr. It is a league that is different. We try to show players and showcase players that have exhausted their eligibility. So we're looking for those players that still feel that they have the ability to make a higher level of professional football, but they just did not find enough room. Uh, Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr. says we are the laboratory of change because we bring players in and help to train and construct them and give them alternatives just in case they don't find enough room at the pro level. And I realized you started the program by stating this gentleman's the first president, but he's not the first owner. In the minor football league, Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr. is promoting ownership and ownership to people of color in particular. He told me when I first met him that he was going to make me a general manager. He did. He also told me he was going to make me an owner. He did. He also told me he was going to make me a millionaire. Hey, do the math for yourself and make that your own determination. But the minor football league is a unique league. It is the only developmental league in the nation. It is one that is now spreading to the continent of Africa next year. They're putting 16 teams in the continent of Africa. That is a first. And this is all being orchestrated by the vision of Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr. He is one of the finest men that I have ever met. He has had a vision for change, and that is why you call the MFL the laboratory of change. We're not for the status quo. We're trying to make a difference in the area of athletics, but most importantly, to affect our communities. This is a league that was founded on a principle of for the people and by the people. Each one of the members of our organizations has to perform 100 hours of community service. This was put in by the MFL for all of their franchises. And that's what we do. The Rochester Chargers of the Minor Football League is in its inaugural season in Rochester, New York. We're the first MFL franchise in New York State, and we plan on making a difference in the region. From Toronto to Syracuse, they are going to know about the Minor Football League. And we have teams all over the nation. We've got some great general managers, and we have a great executive board, which is being headed by Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr. And the others on that board are doing a fantastic job of making a change in the sports world. And the MFL is here. We're not going anywhere. And it's time for all of you to experience the NFL, especially former players who are cast out from their pro days. This is an opportunity for you to be involved. So you need to take advantage of that opportunity when that opportunity has basically presented itself to you.
Wow. Okay. So I'm thinking here. Okay. So how long has this league been around? How long has it been
Since
around?
1993. It was founded by Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr. in 1993. It is the longest existing league outside of the NFL, and it has continued to prosper and expand. Why haven't you heard about it? Well, you've
Yeah.
heard about it now.
No, that was my next question. My next question was like, wait a minute, how come this is like the best, the best kept secret? Unfortunately, I'm thinking, wait a minute, where can we, So now tell me this. I'm looking here at the teams, and you actually sent us over a map, which is great. Let's see here. You sent us over a map of the teams that you have. It looks like the East Coast is pretty much on the ball on this. Have a lot of teams on the East Coast, but what's going on with the West Coast? Why are we being
Well,
left out
we're
of this?
you're not being left out. There are opportunities to expand in that area. We have teams as far west as Texas, Oklahoma. Also, Arkansas is going to have a team, and you have a team in New Mexico. Uh,
Okay.
so um, the biggest thing about this is you have 16 teams in the US, and now you've got 16 teams in Africa. And on next year you will have the winner of the US conference versus the winner of the African conference play in the first World Bowl, and that is huge. That has never been done before. So we are talking about monumental things that are being done by the minor football league, and it is headed by Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr.
That is incredible. That is incredible. I'm sitting here thinking like the World Bowl. I mean, I've been to a number, and I can actually thank you for this, to a number of media week events from San Francisco to Atlanta to Miami, and it's always been teams based in the continental United States.
Yes.
And so this, to be able to say the first World Bowl is going to be in Egypt.
Yes, that's what's tentatively scheduled right now. The first World Bowl is tentatively scheduled for Egypt, but that could change because of the situation that now exists as far as the worldwide health pandemic. But
Yeah.
it is tentatively scheduled for Egypt next year, and that is the World Bowl. And that is huge. It's never been done before. You've never had American football bring an entire league to the continent of Africa. Africa is the one continent on this planet that is totally self sufficient. It is still one of the greatest untapped resources in the world. And an opportunity to service the minor football league to more than 1 billion people is a game changer. There should be sponsors lining up at all doors trying to get involved in this, and they need to right now while the opportunity is still there. Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr., who is the CEO and founder of the league. It is their president is Mr. Bobby Wilson, who was formerly number one draft choice in the other league. And then you have Fred Smoot, who's the vice president of operations in this league. You have Jamie Dukes, formerly a player in the league also. He is the chairman of the executive board. And they are doing a great job along with Mel Forbes and others, Joyce Harris and uh, Kelsey Nelson, who is over media and communications. They are doing a fantastic job of telling the world about the minor football league, and we are here to make a change. We are the laboratory of change, and change has come, David. It's come. You can't deny it. We're here, and we're not going anywhere. We're just going to get bigger and bigger. We're about to take Rochester and the Western New York region by storm. You see the uniform behind me. You see the backdrop behind me. We are ready. This is a great thing. And it is an organization of people that have like minds that are going for the same goal. And it's around the entire league. Though we compete on the field, we are united in the boardroom. And that is the beauty of this.
Wow. Now this, to me, just it's off the top. This sounds like something like those of you out there who may know Marshawn Lynch, who is very active in the community, very active in sports, especially when it comes to ownership. I think this is something Marshawn Lynch and Colin Kaepernick should get behind. I'm just
They
saying.
need to buy. They need to buy a franchise. There's a few franchises left. Why not buy your own franchise? Why are you asking somebody for a job? Create your own job. If you're really for liberation, it's about ownership. This is about ownership. I rose up from a radio station and a newspaper to becoming an owner within 6 months. I don't have the financial capabilities of these young men. They have more than me. They better seize this opportunity while it's available. And this is great stuff. Why aren't you hearing this all over the news?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is a problem that all of us understand. We control our own narrative with social media and different outlets. We're not depending on other outlets to report for us. But if Pat Freeman would have woke up this morning depressed and decided to drink himself to death or smoke crack or beat his wife or shoot somebody, I would be on the front page of all the local newspapers.
Yeah.
But I decided in my frustration to join hands with Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr. and create a ownership opportunity for myself and put people together in an organization that's going to put people to work, and also go into our communities with our programs. No thugs, no drugs. Athletes in motion. Give me $1, we'll make a scholar. This is what we do in the minor football league. But why isn't it not being told on the more popular media outlets? Because they would rather report you doing something wrong than something good. And this is good. I'm telling you, Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr. is one of the greatest men that I have ever met. He is a visionary. He has given us an opportunity that no other league has given us. And those of you that have the financial means to take advantage of this opportunity, you need to call Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr. right now when there's only a few more opportunities left. And you need to take advantage of that because we are here. We're the laboratory of change. I woke up this morning frustrated, but I did the right thing. I put together an organization and I continue to put together that organization that is going to change this entire region. I am doing my part for the Minor Football League and Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr. and the executive board. All of you need to do your parts. Don't come to me complaining about somebody else's league or somebody else's business. You can't tell a person how to run their business, but you can create your own if the opportunity is there. And that's the opportunity that Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr. has given me.
Wow. Wow. You have definitely, I love, you've got the fervor and you've got the passion. And obviously,
Absolutely.
this is great because this is something, like you said, most mainstream media is not going to report this. They're not going to show anything like this unless something went wrong. And it appears
Right.
you guys did everything right. And so I know with the pandemic, how it's affected everything across the board. So when do you
Absolutely.
anticipate your first season starting at this point?
We are tentatively scheduled to start our season in Rochester on June the 5th, 2021, at 7 o'clock. We're going to play in the old soccer stadium, which was called the Marina Auto Stadium in downtown Rochester. And we only sell season tickets. We don't sell tickets at the door because we're going to sell out. And I'm going to tell you why we're going to sell out. All of our season tickets are for $100 for 5 games. Now, get this. Not only is that a great price, but there's something else that goes along with it. Each season ticket admits 4 people for all the games. So you're not going to beat us price wise. We're the most affordable family entertainment that you're going to be able to get, and we're going to sell out instantaneously. So when I say my tickets are going on sale, they're going to sell out right away because it's affordable, it's family entertainment, and it's good entertainment. And it gives young men and women an opportunity to learn a business from a business side and also to hone in their skills on another side. We have a choreographed dance team that goes along with the football team, and they are going to be professionally done. We have a national director that puts those teams together. We are doing something that is totally different. And in the process, we are sponsoring programs in the community. We have just participated in our 5th, I'm saying our 5th giveaway of food, mask, and gloves in the Western New York area. What other league is doing that? We're already, even during this pandemic, we are making a difference in our communities. And all we're asking from any of these governments that where we play is just support us. Make us part of your agenda. Talk about us. Wear our t-shirts and our apparel. But we're not asking you for any handouts. I'm not asking you for any tax subsidies. All I'm asking you to do is to support a business that is for the people and by the people.
I don't see any downside to this at all. I'm looking to see, okay, maybe this just seems like everybody wins when they get involved with the Rochester Chargers and the minor league football team. And this is so great. And also, comment out there, Onstage Plus is going to be kind of applying and vying for the rights to stream the games for the Rochester Chargers, just so people out there know. We're going to be putting our hat into the fray to see if we can earn those rights because,
All the well,
like you said, everybody, once he comes, I guess he said New
around
Mexico.
October the 1st, we're going to put out our RFP. But everybody gets an equal chance at that application. So I think it's a no-brainer. Whoever gets the streaming and broadcasting rights to our team, I think it's going to be a great opportunity to expand somewhere down the line. And we plan on being on every media outlet. We plan on being on every social media platform at a modern level. And that means streaming, that means radio, and that means television. And we're going to be making a difference in our communities on a daily basis. And like I said, the popular media can ignore me for as much as you try, but you're not going to be able to do it much longer
That's right.
because I'm not out here beating my wife. I'm not out here shooting people in the back or taking drugs or selling drugs. I'm trying to build up our communities. And one thing you can do is be an example in our communities and put programs in our communities that will uplift these young men and women and let them know that you too can be in this position that I'm in by meeting other people that have like minds, like Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr. He is one of the visionaries of all time. I told him, I said, you're going to go down as one of the greatest men in the history of this country because you're dedicated to spreading generational wealth to a people that have not gotten those opportunities. Other
Right.
leagues are designed not for you to be an owner. How many of the great former players are owners in the leagues that they were so great in? Walter Payton went to his death not being able to own a team in a league that he made so great. They named their greatest award after Walter Payton, but Walter Payton was denied ownership. In this league, you're not denied ownership. The opportunity for ownership is there. And I'm saying to the Marshawn Lynch's of the world, to the Colin Kaepernicks of the world, why keep working for somebody else when you have made your own persona? You didn't have to cash your game checks because you are that great of a person. Buy your own team. Buy your own team and play for your own team and run your own team. Stop asking somebody for employment when they won't give you ownership. Ownership is the key.
It is the
If
key.
you don't own anything, you can't do anything. That's what Malcolm was trying to tell us. That was what Martin Luther King was trying to tell us. That's what Ida B. Wells was trying to tell us. Now you've got Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr., who is telling you all the same thing. What is your path to ownership in these leagues that you have made so great? As great as Kobe Bryant was, is he an owner of the Lakers? He made great wealth, but was there a path to ownership? There probably was if he wanted it. I won't say that there wasn't because the Lakers have done great things over the years because Magic Johnson was a part owner. But others that have participated in these leagues, there's not been paths to ownership. This is a path to ownership. You have made these leagues so great with your outstanding play. That run that Marshawn Lynch did in the playoffs that ended New Orleans season was one of the greatest runs in history. He made that. Now he can own his own team if he so desires. But these opportunities are running out. They're running out. Kaepernick hasn't played since 2016, 2017. I met him. He's one of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life. But I can't get close to him. I've tried. Hey, stop asking people that don't want you for a job. Buy your own team.
I was
Make
told
your
years
own
ago.
way.
That's right. I was told years ago. Go where you are celebrated, not just tolerated. And
Yes.
this is something that I think Oakland really needs. And once again, I'm making a plea out here. If anybody knows Marshawn Lynch or Colin Kaepernick, and like I said, they're Bay Area loved and things like that. I think Oakland needs something like this. They lost the Warriors, they lost the Raiders. I think they need something like this, especially with the legacy and the heritage that Oakland has had as far as when it comes to African American economics. And you can go all the way back
Yes.
to when there were clubs and things of that nature back in the 20s when we really had a strong financial base, and that's been stripped away. Here's a way to bring that back. So if anybody can reach out and kind of share this video or contact Mr. Freeman or Dr. Miles, I think they would be behooved not to do it. I think this is a no-brainer.
Well,
I mean,
I would contact Dr. Richard D. Miles. You can reach him at 240-551-8031. He'll be there. And let me just check that number to be sure, because we're in the age of numbers are not something we remember anymore. But I will check that number. And I would advise you to have him on your program. That is the correct number, 240-551-8031. You need to call it. Marshawn Lynch, why are you asking people for a job? Make your own job. Cap, love you. One of the finest men I have ever met. I've covered the NFL for 27 years.
yes,
I,
yes.
I appreciate him. I love him. But Cap, buy your own team. Buy your own team, make your own way. You'll fill the stands just by you being there and just by you being involved. Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr., these opportunities are running out. I talk to him every day, and there aren't that many more opportunities. There are more of you that could buy an MFL franchise right now that you could shake a stick at, but you can't buy a franchise in another league because they designed it where it'd be very difficult for you to purchase a franchise. I've been there. I've been in the room. We tried to uh, bring a person of color to the floor to purchase a franchise, but he could not meet all the stipulations that were put forth by this league. And I'm not saying what league it is, but I'm telling you, there were stipulations in your purchasing ability that were put there to keep you out. It's okay for you to play, but it's not okay for you to own. It's not okay for you to be the person making the decisions in the boardroom. What sense does that make? I've covered these leagues for more than 27 years, and I've seen how they treat most of you. They are done with you when they're done with you. When you are no longer able to play at the level that they want or at the pay that they want to pay you, you are cast off like a racehorse. It's time for you to change how things are. This is the laboratory of change. This is the opportunity that you've been looking for and a pathway to ownership. It's a pathway to coaching. How many of these guys are even our coaches? We're still crying about there's not enough coaches in the league. Well, there's not enough owners in the league. There's not enough on a professional level. This is a professional league. This is your opportunity for ownership. This is a professional league that's expanding into an uncharted marketplace that has more potential than any marketplace left in the world. And that is the continent of Africa, the richest continent on the planet. That's not even close. And y'all need to wake up. Y'all claim that you're for the program, but when it's time for you to step out and be your own person, you still want to say, I hope they give him a job. Why? What sense does that make? That's our problem today, is a lack of ownership. This is an opportunity to do that. And that's what I'm doing. You see, I haven't mentioned anyone. All I'm saying is we are promoting taking care of the regions which we serve. We are promoting economic development. We are promoting family entertainment at affordable rates. We are promoting opportunities for players that could not find enough room at another level. We are promoting the goodness of humanity. I have chaplains in my organization to make sure, and I'm a chaplain to make sure that we take care of the interests of our players and staff. This is about family. This is true blue. It gets no better than this. And this is the vision of Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr. I'm telling you, if you haven't met him, you need to experience him. That's something that former player David Garnett has coined that term, and I use it every day. If you have not you don't meet Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr., you experience him. And when you experience him, you understand the vision that he has. He has seen both sides of the fence. He has experienced both sides of the fence. He has played at the highest level that you can play. Now he's promoting ownership, and ability to learn the other side of the business. They're not teaching you the other side of the business. They're not giving you the opportunities to the other side of the business. In the MFL, you are given those opportunities. You're also being given the opportunity for community service. Each one that is affiliated with us, we must do over 100 hours of community service. On yesterday, we were the sponsor of a food giveaway. The U.S. Census, we helped to feed hundreds of people, all in the Western New York community. We gave away free gloves and free masks. All of this done in the community. Tell me other leagues that are doing the same. This is what we do. We are for the people and we are by the people. Am I still here?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Not as had you isolated so people can really take me off the screen because you were given the information needs to be given. This is incredible. This is incredible, and I just like I said, we've got to spread the word. We've got to let people know.
David,
not just about the minor football league,
David, tell people to go to the website. Go to the website, see for yourself. MFLishere.com. Everything I'm saying, you can see it for yourself. Everything I'm telling y'all, you can see it for yourself. You met Dr. Miles, David.
Yeah.
He was in Miami with us. You saw
Yeah.
him. He kept coming by my table.
Yeah.
Relentlessly. He kept whispering in my ear. And do you know what he was whispering in my ear has made me where I am today? In less than 6 months, I went from covering a league to being a general manager in a league to owning a team in a league. Now, how many people do you meet can help you do
that? You're absolutely right. None that I know. Well, look, the one that I know of course, Dr. Richard Miles, and of course yourself. I think this is phenomenal. And I can't state it enough that those that have the ability, I've always believed those that have the ability and the duty to make change have the obligation to do it. So that this is something that's not only going to help our children, but our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren. And if we don't start now, we start complaining about it, and everybody's reminiscing and lamenting about Black Wall Street and Tulsa and everything. Let's build something now to go forward. And this is where it starts, because we know we've been giving billions of dollars as minorities. I'm talking about not just African Americans. I'm talking Latino, Hispanic, Americans as well, to the NFL. Time to switch to the MFL and see that money come back to our communities.
This is what we do. We're here. I won't talk about that other league in that way, but because, hey, they do what they do. We do what we do. Our season is in June and July. We play our regular season in 10 regular season games, and then the playoffs, and then the World Bowl. We are making history. Do you want to watch history, or do you want to be part of it? And that's what we're doing.
Woo! Oh my goodness. Yeah, I definitely want to be part of that. I want to be part of that landscape. Mr. Freeman, I can't thank you enough for joining us. We, of course, are going to be promoting and watching as this going, and let you know, God willing, this pandemic will come to a quick end so that everybody can, of course, be able to go out and enjoy the Rochester Chargers and the MFL and get back to the business of being normal once again. And once again, we're looking forward to your season starting in June of next year. And yeah, we're going to be keeping track and letting people know as things progress. This is going to be great.
Absolutely. We're bringing a product to the market that is fan friendly, that's family friendly, that's community friendly. It's about for the people, by the people. Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr., that was his vision, and that is his vision. And that this is what my job is, to implement what he has already started and given me an opportunity to promote. And that's what I'm doing. This is what I do. MFL. I'm about the Minor Football League 150%. And that means I'm about my community. I'm about the region in which I serve. And I'm about the people of this country and around the world, because we are now putting 16 teams in Africa next year. That is a historical action, which is going to change the face of the sports industry around the world. You better take advantage of the opportunity that is there. That's a message to my good friend Marshawn Lynch. He knows me. I covered him when he was in Buffalo. And Colin Kaepernick, I've met him a couple of times. This is a message to you. Why play for a team when you can buy it yourself? You need to call Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr. at 240-551-8031. Call him. He'll answer the phone. I guarantee you. He's going to answer the phone, and you need to talk to him now. And I appreciate you having me on Stage Plus. We will let you know when the RFP is released, and we are giving everybody a fair opportunity to have the rights to stream our games. Whoever presents us with the proper package will be the one that we are choosing, and that's what we're about. We are for the people and by the people. $100 for season tickets. 4 people can get in on each ticket. How can you complain about the MFL? It's time for all of us to experience the MFL. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we'll be talking to you soon. I couldn't have ended it better.